This is Hannibal here from the HannibalTV.com with a daily wrestling news update. I'll start it off by congratulating the daughter of Tito Santana, Jenni Santana, aka Jennifer Haas, who I interviewed last week. She won the American National BJJ 2021 championships at the brown belt level on Thursday. Of course, she did do a video update for us earlier this week on this channel where she's currently training with Jeff Cobb and some other wrestlers in Las Vegas where she lives, because she's going to have an opportunity with world-class pro wrestling to give pro wrestling a shot if she likes the training and continues on with it. So congratulations to her. I'm already more of a fan of her than I was of her father. And that's not saying he wasn't a great wrestler. I was just never a Tito Santana fan. I was more of a Jesse Ventura and Kurt Hennig fan, who he often feuded with. Of course, Eric Embry did an interview on the World Class Cast earlier today that aired on this channel and the World Class Pro Wrestling channel. There is rumors floating around that Eric Embry might be one of the bookers for World Class Pro Wrestling when it relaunches in the fall, starting with September 19th in San Antonio and October 3rd in Wichita, Kansas. And he certainly is more qualified to book wrestling than WWE's newest hire, comedy writer Kenice Mobley, who did an interview with the Asian Not Asian podcast and said WWE didn't care that she knew nothing about wrestling at all when they hired her. They were just impressed that she was a comedy writer. And she also confessed to not knowing the WWE champion's name. She thought it was Bobby Ashley or something like that rather than Bobby Lashley. So for those wondering why WWE is so bad and why the old school fans hate it so much, they don't have bookers like in the best, or a small writing team like they did in the good days back when it was Vince and Pat writing it, sometimes Bruce Pritchard or Vince McMahon and Vince Russo writing it when they were kicking ass during the Attitude Era. They have comedy writers, and I've yet to see anything funny in WWE. Literally, I can't think of the last thing funny I've seen in WWE. As far as any comedy I've seen in wrestling, it's usually bad comedy. John Cena appeared on the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, I think it was yesterday night, to promote the theatrical release of F9, which is coming out this week. Even though here in Ontario, the movie theaters are still closed along with the gyms, so we won't be able to see it in theaters here. But he says he is returning to WWE, and the rumor, of course, has it that he's going to be at the very first Raw in front of a live crowd coming up, I think July 16th in, I forget if it's Dallas or Fort Worth, one of the two cities. I know that Money in the Bank that week is in Houston, and then it's Dallas one night, Fort Worth the next. And I forget the order, but there is a rumor that Cena will be at the first Raw with fans or SmackDown, and that he will face Roman Reigns at SummerSlam in Las Vegas. WWE is also going to Madison Square Garden for SmackDown September 10th, and they are going to be in Boston at the TD Garden Arena the 13th of September. So those are the first events in those two markets. The Ragu Overload says congrats to Jenni Santana on winning the Nationals. Also says these writers are clueless. Rory says the Blood Hunter versus the Bible Club match was awesome. Well, the Blood Hunter is definitely my favorite wrestler right now, by far. And there's no comedy writers that could ever tell him what to do. And September 19th in San Antonio, if he's still Texas heavyweight champion by then, he is going to put that title on the line against Jeremy Prophet this summer. But if he holds on to that title, he will be back in Texas defending that title against the WWE, WCW, ECW. He's wrestled for New Japan. He's wrestled for Pro Wrestling Noah, Scorpio. It's going to be his toughest challenge to date. And that's going to be for world-class pro wrestling. Rory says Blood Hunter is becoming his favorite wrestler as well. Believe he is the most dangerous wrestler in the world today, the most vicious and the most brutal and the most violent.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it and click the subscribe button to not miss any of our latest shoot interviews, match videos, or news updates.